what's going on with GameStop? Coming from somebody who knows absolutely nothing about stocks. I'm going to be talking about GameStop in this week's internet news roundup because while I was suggested other things to talk about, this is the biggest thing that has happened this week, and it's something that is very confusing, especially for people who don't know anything about stocks, myself included. This video is going to be a very basic explanation, or I'm going to try and make it a basic explanation of this whole situation, just so that you can get a clearer picture on what's going on, because quite frankly it's taken me a while to understand it and I'm not sure if I understand it yet or not, but I'm gonna try my best. So today I'm going to explain the situation as basic as possible. I'm going to be linking videos and articles in the description below if you do want to watch more or learn more about the situation, because these are videos that I've watched that have helped me to understand the whole situation. So let's get started. So what exactly is GameStop? It's a US-based game store chain which is pretty much on the verge of dying, for many reasons. From digital gaming taking over the games industry and more people buying games online rather than physically, to the lack of people in general going into physical stores these days because of COVID. GameStop is not doing too great, and this means that prices for GameStop stocks were extremely low. This was a favourable situation for people who borrow shares from dying companies such as GameStop to ensure that they make a profit. Let's break this down. You see, people who do this will bet that dying companies like GameStop will continue to fail. That investor will then borrow stock from that company and then sell it, hoping that prices will continue to go down for that company. If those prices do indeed keep dropping, the investor will buy back that stock and make a profit off of the difference between when they first borrowed the stock and buying it back now, when prices are much lower.
What's important here? The borrowing part. Because, you know, when you borrow something, you owe it back in the future. What I'm hoping is I sell GameStop when it's $10 a share and I buy it back when it's $1, right? Fantastic. Basically, it's a way to profit off of dying companies using the stock market, and these people are called short sellers. People over at r/Wall Street Bets on Reddit saw what was happening with GameStop, as well as seeing what these short sellers were doing. So they went and bought GameStop stocks for these cheap prices. After all, if a bunch of people ended up buying GameStop stocks, this would be a good opportunity to make some money. And because this is the internet, a bunch of people were indeed starting to buy GameStop stocks, and the price of their stocks were going up super fast. This meant that not only were short sellers having to buy back their stocks quickly to prevent themselves from losing money, but normal people were also being able to make a lot of money from this, since you can buy stocks from GameStop and you'll most likely be making a profit off it, especially those who bought GameStop stocks at the beginning of this whole thing. They're most likely not regretting that decision. What is Robinhood? Robinhood is a huge website, an app that people use to help them buy and sell stocks. Yesterday or something, they shut down the ability to buy specific stocks, including GameStop. Robinhood no longer allows normal people like you and me to use the current situation to make a bit of cash. Some people argue for this, saying how the current situation is illegal because it is manipulating the stock market. But other people argue against that, saying that short sellers have been doing the same thing for a very long time. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I'm not going to go into any other topics for this week, just because I think it's important to know what's going on with GameStop. You know, this is pretty much Reddit versus Wall Street, I guess, since Reddit was the one who started this whole thing. But I do urge you to look at the stuff that I've linked in the description below, because it does give you more of an insight. You can get to know the terms if you watch them all. It took me a very long time to understand this whole situation, and to be honest, I've not explained the whole situation. There's stuff, apparently Bitcoin's going up because of Elon Musk, and is Dogecoin a thing? I didn't think that was actually real. There's a lot. I'll link as many things as I can in the description below, but basically speaking, this whole thing is basically
normal people trying to make money versus rich people from Wall Street. That's what this has turned into. This is what GameStop does to people. Moral of the story, just go play Animal Crossing, it's so much simpler.